to the Connersville Parks Board meeting, January 27th, 2025. Will you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Ann Kirshner.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please turn your cell phone ringers to off. And since Kelly is not here, Marla's going to do roll call.
Yeah. Amy Hammonds.
Here.
Angie McMullen.
Here.
Ann Kirshner.
Here.
Vane Lashua. Julie Fisher.
Here. Thank you. The minutes from December 23rd, 2024's meeting. You have time to look over those. If there's any additions or corrections from anyone. All right, if there's no additions or corrections, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I'll motion.
No, I'll second. Okay, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carried. Marla, Superintendent's report.
Yeah, so currently some things that are going on. We are taking applications for pool lifeguards, pool concession workers, summer grounds crew, probably summer discovery camp counselors. We may have a few openings. We really like to try and give those who worked in the prior year an opportunity to come back. And the last couple years, all of them have came back. So we're actually waiting to hear from a few of them, but there's a possibility we may hire. And then Logan is always looking for help for sports concession workers. He does have some pretty faithful ones, but just to have some extra names as options to help fill in for the concession workers would be helpful for this summer. I have been getting some quotes on some projects that we want to do this year. And one of them was for the Miller Building restrooms and vanity and sinks. We've already placed our order for the vanity and sinks to be installed in the restrooms. So once those come in, our maintenance guys are going to install them. So they will be doing that. Randall has a lot of history with that line of work, and so he'll be able to do that. And I've already talked to him about that, and actually Jeff recommended that he do it. So, and then I'm also looking for. I've been looking for like over a year now for some quotes on replacing the doors at the Miller Building. They're in very. They're just not in great shape. They've been, I mean, it's a 22-year-old building, and the
outside doors?
The outside doors. Yeah, they, from what I've been told by the people that have been coming to look at the buildings, they're more meant for interior. The look is beautiful for them, but they're rotting out. And so they're not locking properly, or they're not shutting properly, or whatever. And so we just continually have issues with them. So we're just looking to replace them. And it's it's time. The building does need the updates. So, and then cameras around the park. We have been working with Hillfi, which the city also works with Hillfi for the cameras around the city. So we are, as soon as the weather is nice, he was hoping to get them installed like a week and a half ago, but just with the weather and everything, which is understandable, he's going to start installing the cameras at the bridge first, and then we will do the tennis courts, pickleball courts, the playground and skate park, and the swimming pool will also have cameras. So we're going to have cameras in a lot of places at Roberts Park. We already have cameras at the soccer fields, at River's Edge. We are also going to put solar cameras at 2nd Street Park as well. So that should all be going in this year. And then men's league basketball, youth boys league basketball, and church league basketball is going on right now. That's why Logan isn't here, is because he is running the church league basketball tonight at the Miller Building. And he said that's been going pretty well. And then we have sent in our proposal for our 2025 funding that Reed Community Benefits does for some of our programming that we do. We received money in 2024 for our programming, and we were able to resubmit it for 2025 with just a few changes. And they are taking that, it passed the first round of board interviews, I guess, that they look at our report and our request. And it's now being sent to the governing board, which I believe is this week, and then they'll be making a decision. So it sounds pretty promising, which will be great for all of our projects in 2025. And it's mainly for summer discovery, sports, living well, aging well, and then also our events that we put on for the community. Logan, he's going to take this packet around, and his goal is to reach 45 people, businesses this year for sponsorships for sports. So he's doing a great job with that, and he'll be taking that around. So that's kind of our community participation this month. And then, of course, our Living Well, Aging Well activities that we put on weekly. So that's my report.
All right. Any questions from Marla? Okay. Now we'll move on to Assistant Superintendent's reports from Grace.
For Living Well, Aging Well, our numbers are finally getting back up to where we started when we first started last spring. And we are looking for ways to spread the word. So if anyone has any suggestions, possibly looking into maybe trying to get it on the radio, just try to get more people to become involved. We have a lot of people that come in and get calendars and spread them out, but just trying to find other ways. And we're always open to new ideas for activities for those events. The pool, Marla said that we were accepting lifeguards and concession worker applications. We're also accepting pool manager applications. Weekends and evenings will be required for all of those positions. And then if you need any more information or you want an application, you can stop in the Miller Building or give us a call, and we could possibly email you one. So tomorrow, January 28th, will be my final day with the Parks Department. I put in my 2 weeks a couple weeks ago. I have been offered a job where I will pursue my goals in agriculture, which is what I went to college for. I am very thankful for every opportunity and experience that the park gave me and Marla and everybody on the board. And I've learned a lot about myself, both personally and professionally. So I just wanted to thank everybody. My goals for my last day is to finish any projects and help Kelly with have a smooth transition. That's it.
Well, thank you, and we wish you well.
Thank you.
Thank you for all of your hard work this last year.
Thank you.
All right, Athletic Director Marla.
Yeah, so I kind of mentioned a few things, but we do have, for boys basketball, the basketball teams are out at the high school every Saturday, and we have a local group from the high school that is doing concessions for our games, and then Cone Ice is also doing concessions as well. And that we get a portion of those proceeds. So it's helping us and it's helping them, because they'll get some money as well to help for their, especially the high school team or the local high school, the group that's selling concessions. It's going to help them raise money for the things that they want to do. So it's working out great. This season did get pushed back a week because of the weather that we had. And then the tournament's going to be on March 1st and March 8th. And then men's league, there's 10 men's league teams and 5 church league teams. This season is going great, and the tournament is March 16th and 23rd. And then we are currently taking soccer registrations for spring soccer. So the deadline for that is February 21st. And we're always looking for coaches. Spring soccer is our largest sporting event that we organize, and we have well over, I think last year we had well over 700 kids. So we really need all the volunteers we can get to help coach those teams. And then Logan just wanted to mention a goal for this year is change the winning culture that has taken over our recreational sports. He said that he wants to help remind coaches, parents, and athletes that this is a recreational sport, and it's for all skill levels to come out and be able to enjoy the sport. And he put the definition of recreational sport down here, that he may end up posting other places. We'll see what happens.
Put it in
But
all the gyms, really. Put it in every place these kids play. Because the rec league is just for kids that want to play, and the pressure that's put on those kids and the comments from the stands are sometimes very disturbing.
yes, and we get that often, and so he has to remind sometimes the family members and the coaches and everything that, you know, this is a recreational league, and you have kids playing with all different skill levels. And, you know, if they have a higher skill level, then they can also participate in the other outside sports, as far as what the travel leagues, the dirt road basketball, there's lots of other opportunities as well, which we don't want to discourage them from using our sport, because I do think it's a way to continually condition the kids in that sport. But you know, we have a variety of skill levels, and so he just wants to help remind everyone of that. So recreational sports are those activities where the primary purpose of the activity is participation, with the related goal of improved physical fitness, fun, and social involvement. So that's his goal for this year, is to just really help educate that to our community.
Logan's done a great job for us.
He has.
Yeah.
He's
paid for that
works
stuff.
very, very hard.
He does.
He does, yes.
Really like him.
Yeah, it's a great job for him.
Yes.
It is a privilege, I guess.
Yes.
All right, do we have any old business this evening? Okay, if not, we'll go on to new business. And on the beginning part of our new business is our 2025 recommendations and votes for president and vice president. So, do we need to take any nominations?
We do.
Okay.
I would like to nominate our present group of officers, if they are willing to do that again, because they're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you.
No problems.
Okay, Angie, accept? Okay. I accept. All right, we'll accept, so do we just need to,
Take a vote.
as a
It can be
whole?
done by acclamation if there's nothing else.
Okay.
Oh,
All
Yeah,
right.
because
Okay.
if there's only those people nominated and nobody else is gonna be nominated, then we can just do it by acclamation. We
Okay,
don't have to
okay.
vote.
All right, so do I have to do, or just, just to make it legal?
I move that we accept the slate as I presented by acclamation.
Okay, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay. Motion carried. All right, easy enough. All right, so new business is also the update on the assistant director slash secretary position, so. we'll let
Yes, so you all, I just wanted to update everyone, but you all know that Grace, her last day is tomorrow, and we do thank her for everything that she's done for this year and contributed to the Parks Department and, of course, the pool. The pool is always, it comes with challenges, but we appreciate that. So when the search began for filling that role, I was talking to Kelly, Logan was talking to Kelly, and we just felt like she would be a great fit to move up into that position. She has been at the park, and she has seen this position grow into what it is. And so she accepted. I did present at the Board of Works meeting and ask for approval at the last meeting, and they accepted as well. And then Kelly and I both have been sitting through interviews for the secretary position. I will say it has been a very difficult process. We had a numerous amount of applications come through our office, and we've almost finished the interview process. But we are still having trouble narrowing it down. And so hopefully by tomorrow we will have figured it out. But there's great qualities in the few that we did interview and felt like they would be a great fit for our team. And so it's going to be a tough decision. It really is. And I just have to say that it's been a while since I've interviewed anyone, but this was a strong group of candidates for sure. So that's good to hear and exciting for our community. So
That's a good kind of problem to have, because
Absolutely.
sometimes you have a lot of candidates, but you think,
yep, absolutely.
good.
So I just wanted to bring you up to speed and let you know that I will be not in the office next week. So Kelly will be still in the secretary role until we fill that position, and then when I get back as well. So she'll be kind of holding down the fort next week. So.
All right. Annual report.
Yes, so quickly, I just wanted to point out in your packet, this starts a new year, so if you want to update your binder, but I gave you information about all the year-round employees, all of our numbers and contact information. And then I also put a important dates schedule in here. There may be some this year that we may have to review and make sure that we can still meet on those correct dates for our meetings. But I gave the holidays that we will not be in office, and then payroll dates, so you're familiar with that. And then I also put in there the calendar that the city puts out for Board of Works and City Council, so you're aware of when those are. And then also our 2024, or our most recent adopted fee schedule. So you have that in there as well in case you get, asked any questions or anything. You have that information available to you. So I'm going to go through the annual report. This annual packet was given to Board of Works and City Council. It is my annual report that I have to present to them. And we also take this packet around to different companies when we're wanting to talk about sponsorship opportunities. Logan takes it, like I said, to like 45 people or businesses for sponsorship opportunities as well. So it gets used a lot. I do have extras in the office if you know of anybody that would benefit from receiving one of these packets. Just let me know, or you're welcome to come and pick it up and share it with them. I'm not going to go through every page, but the first couple pages, it just talks about, and when you read this, it's in 2024, and so there's going to be information in there that doesn't pertain to us right now, like some of the fees or like the park board, page or different things like that. So the first couple pages just talks about all of the parks that we have, our vision for the Parks Department. And then on page 6, it talks about some things that we did in 2024 with the completion of the bridge. So we were very excited to have that completion. We also partially completed J. Long Memorial Second Street Park with the full intentions of that being fully completed and grand opening come this spring, maybe April or May, to have a grand opening for that. We just have a few small things to finish, and then we want to wait for a nice day to be able to have a nice grand opening and invite the Long family and everybody that was a part of making this park happen. And then some future plans, which I'll talk about in just a minute, for 2025. And then it goes on to talk about our team, some changes or key personnel changes or park operations for 2024. So if you have any questions about, who worked in 2024, some staff changes or anything like that, I put that in there. Then the next couple pages talk about all of our rental opportunities and the pricing for those. So that's also available for you in case you have any questions. And then page 14 and 15 talks about the Roberts Park Family Aquatic Center. And we had, I put this in here because I wanted to see that we are on the growth, we are starting to grow again. So there's a scale down at the bottom, and I have 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 on there. And in 2018, we had brought in $93,000 for the park pool. Now that doesn't mean that we had a profit and we were, doing well with that as far as coming in a surplus, but then it started to drop. But there were some things that did happen in those years. We had COVID. We had a pool liner that was replaced, so the pool was only open half a year. 2023, we ended up closing early and had a lot of closing days because we didn't have enough staff. And so there are things that hindered us from being open an entire summer for those years. But in 2024, we started to see that upswing again in our revenue that we brought in. But we still were over in our expenses, so we still have a ways to go on that. But it's a amenity that we provide to our community, and they really enjoy it. So, and then summer discovery, I just put some activity or some pictures in there of different fun things that they did over the summer. And then our page 17 is our sports events. I listed all of the sports teams that we have throughout the year for the youth, and then how many kids participated in those different age groups. And then I also put the different volunteers and volunteer hours because that's very important to be able to see how many people really do come out to make these sports possible. It's not just Logan. It's hundreds of people that come and make these sports possible for the Parks Department and for our kids in the community. Then on page 18 and 19, just talks about our programs and events. So our bunnies and brownies that we put on, and our Renaissance Fair, our first responders trunk or treat, and Christmas in the park. All of them had great turnouts this year. I was blown away, of course, by trunk or treat with 2,161 participants. Amazing. Blown away by that amount of participants, but it was overall a great year for the Parks Department and everything that we do, as far as events for the community to participate in. And then Living Well, Aging Well is on page 19. We did put total participants for each activity for the entire year. We do count every single day as far as when they come in, they check in with us that they're there, and then we keep that running total of how many come each day to participate. And then I listed all the activities that we offered for Living Well, Aging Well. And it was a great year. It was a great first year for Living Well, Aging Well. And we're just excited for the things that are to come. And then I put our sponsorship collaborations in there and community collaborations in there as far as our sponsorships for our special events that we put on. Like I had just mentioned, we brought in $9,690 for all of those different, the 4 different events that we put on. And all of that money goes back into the community as far as we purchase things for the kids to receive when they come to our event or to participate in while they're at our event. And so that's where all of the money, the funding goes. And then our sports, I have to say, so when I started my first year, we had brought in for 2023, there was $10,000 brought in for sports sponsorships. I talked to Logan when he was hired. I said, we really want to look at growing this. We want more people involved. It'll allow us to do more things with the kids. And so he got on it and he got started strong. And last year in 2024, what was it? He ended up bringing more money in for 2023. Then for 2024, he brought in $28,000.
Wow.
Amazing. Mm-hmm. So his goal, I said, okay, I'm gonna push you to 30. Let's do 30, and then we'll see where we'll go from there. But he is doing a great job. Very
He's very
good
difficult
job.
to say no to.
Yeah.
He's just a likable guy. He's
He
just
is
likable, and the thing
Everybody
of it
likes
is, he was a sport athlete here in Connersville. He
works
knows
hard.
the kids, he knows the families.
Yeah.
His sisters participated. I mean, it's not some stranger coming in.
Yep.
They see
So
They
it's like
show
show
up. Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
there
and it's
doing all the
and,
things.
Yeah.
He does a good job.
He does a good job. So, yeah, he's working hard. And then on page 23 are just some other collaborations we have. I called them the Friends of the Park because they participated in other ways to help the park out. And so, like Channel 3, John and Justin, they were at a lot of our events taking pictures, and they come to all of our meetings here, but they help us out a lot. If we have technical issues at the park, they come and help if I can't figure something out. So, and then we have, I won't mention everybody, but we have some instructors for Living Well, Aging Well that give their time to come and put on different activities for that program. And then Jeff Gabber with Kona Ice, he's been fabulous to work with this year. And he wants to continue that partnership, and he always gives back to all of our programs that he sets up, the Kona Ice for. So a lot of different things, Fayette County Soil and Water. I mean, there's so many, but a lot of people come out and do tasks and things for us at the park. And then some improvements that we did in 2024. So we completed the Longwood Bridge. We did purchase some new chairs and tables and storage carts for the Miller Building. We purchased a new fountain that was actually donated in the garden area of the Miller Building. And then we fixed the chimney and brick at the Roberts Building that was falling. The brick was starting to fall down. So we had just removed the chimney from that area and covered that, repaired that patch there in the roof. And then we had a local volunteer do some remodeling to the small police station building at the park, and it looks really nice. And then we had the administration building, freshly coat of paint and new flooring in that building. We painted the horse barn, barn 1, got a fresh coat of paint on the inside, and that looks really nice as well. And let's see, is there anything else big? Just some smaller things. Oh, and then we added the fitness trail by Levi around Roberts Park as well. So those are some things that we ended up doing there. Along with the Roberts Park pool yard games that we received a grant for. And so a lot of things that we added for 2024. We had a total of 347 volunteers throughout the different park programs in 2024. So that's anywhere from pool volunteers to sports to our Spartan Workday to Fayette County Day of Sharing. Like a lot of different volunteers came out to help us for different occasions at the park. Then on the last page, on page 27, is our QR code to scan our park app, which we also put all of our information on that app. We try to keep it relevant and up to date with the things that are going on. Then the last 2 pages are sponsorship packet pages, sponsorship opportunities, where someone can have the opportunity to sponsor something for 2025. And these are the sheets that they would fill out and they would turn into the park office. So I went through that pretty quickly, but does anybody have any questions?
This is great. I looked over it over the weekend. Yeah, really great job. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
To put this out in the community is going to be really
Helpful.
helpful
Yeah.
because
Informational.
it's all right here and
Yeah.
it's colorful. It
They can see things that's
They
going
can
on
see
and
things.
what's being done.
very well explained.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you. Yep.
Okay. Anything else, Marla?
No, just some updates on, we have tomorrow, January 28th, our skate park public meeting. So that's at 6 p.m. It's open to the public. They are going to show the renderings for the skate park and talk about the scheduled plans for that, and then receive the public's input. We do have the design. It is on our Facebook page. If anybody wants to check that out, they can go to our Facebook page, and there's a little video that will play showing what the face part or what the skate park is going to look like. And then after we have our public meeting, they will soon break ground to start building that. And the goal is to be done by June or July for the skate park. We are also going to begin groundbreaking soon. I don't have a date, but for Offutt's Park, that will begin. We will be putting a walking path in and fitness trail path with fitness stations around the trail at that location. And then we are currently in the process of working with some engineers for River's Edge. And they will begin, well, we're currently looking at the design for River's Edge. And then the hope, as long as the timeline goes okay, we hope to get started on River's Edge in the fall. Completion for River's Edge is projected for fall of 2026. Then we do have to let the ground settle for a year and let the grass grow. And then we will be able to have our baseball and softball games out there. after that year of letting the grass grow, and we can't let anybody on it during that time frame. Yeah. So, right now that's projection, but we're still at the very, very beginning stages of that. But it is funded, so, it will be moving forward. We also will be putting, so we received the $5 million grant, in December, for the different trail projects and playground, inclusive playground at Roberts Park. So we are finishing up, we just had our first meeting to have a projected timeline for that. And so we will now be moving forward with just the planning process and getting quotes on how much everything's going to cost and everything like that. So a lot going on. It's very, very exciting time for the Parks Department.
We have money.
We have money for specific projects.
Yes, let's make that
Let
clear.
me say
We have money for
that.
specific projects, but we
Yes.
have money for specific projects.
Yes.
Which is,
Yes.
which is great.
And I do want to comment, I want to make one comment before we end here, because I'm about done. When we rent out facilities, or when activities take place at the Parks Department of any kind, the Parks Department puts on 4 events a year that are open to the public. Any other activities that are held at the park is from rentals that call in. They are not required to tell us why they want to rent any part of the park's facilities. And we do not discriminate, and we are not required to give, like, they don't have to give a whole lot of detail as to what their plans are for their rental. Our responsibility is just to make sure that it's nothing illegal, they don't have alcohol, everything's safe. They have to turn in all of the required documents and things like that. But we are legally, we legally have to rent to whomever calls that wants to rent from us. So I just want to explain that, because there's been some questions that have arisen about our rentals and how things take place at the park. And so I just wanted to just explain that a little bit, that we are, we don't have to, we rent to anyone.
We don't ask them questions.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to explain that.
Thanks for that clarification. Okay. Any miscellaneous business to discuss? Okay. All right, if not, I'll go on to claims that include payroll. Get a chance to go over those. I'll entertain a motion to approve claims, including payroll.
I'll motion to approve claims and payroll.
Okay.
Second that.
All right, we have a second. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried for approval of claims, including payroll. Public forum, we have no one in the audience this evening, so we'll skip right over that, and I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will second.
All right.
All those in
Those in
favor?
favor?
Aye.
Aye.